All right, Johannes, who do we have today?
Today we got Brandon Rogers.
Oh, I love Brandon. Man of many faces, you know? He's on YouTube.
Yep.
Do we have, I imagine, like, we very similar styles, probably have, like, about the same kind of following. What has he got, like, here? 70,000 followers, kind of like a little less than me. A little less?
Just a little bit more. More like 7.14 million followers as of right now.
Oh my God. Well, I'm sure like the views and stuff are probably a little similar. I mean, if you added all the music videos, all the content, I mean, I've been doing this for 12 years, Johannes, you know?
Yeah, he has, I want to say, what is it, a couple of billion views across all of his things. So.
With a B?
Billion, yes.
Oh my God. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get him on the podcast. We got to get some of these views, Johannes. This guy's a gold mine. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Rogers. Oh, good to see you. Yes.
God, your hands are so moist.
Thank you. I moisturized before you got here.
Oh, I love that.
I wanted to have a nice, soft handshake.
That was more than a handshake. That was an embrace.
Yeah, that was kind of like
amazing.
what old ladies do to you when they're like, come here, give me your hands.
Give me your hand. Yes. When people hold out their hands like this, usually something witchcrafty's involved.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Do you get into witchcraft?
I get into witches.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, and I do like crafts.
So you like to separate them though.
I
You
like
like
to
to
keep
do
them
crafts
separate.
with witches.
I do. I like to do crafts with witches, so I glue them together and make giant human shapes out of them.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I like that. Are we good to go? Does he need to?
We're good.
You could. That moves a little bit. You can move that.
Oh, all right.
You can move
I
it
think
towards
this is
you a little
good.
bit this
if
way.
If you're picking me up, I'm fine with it. Here, is
Yeah, you can move it just a little bit closer. That's fine. Thanks.
yeah, which way? Closer to you?
To you.
To me?
So yeah, swing
Like
it.
that?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God, this is very sexual.
That's what I want out of this episode.
This is gonna be a very horny episode.
I want things to be horny right now.
Oh my God, things are gonna be peeking and popping on this mic.
Peeping and popping.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. And what? Oh,
Am I
that was
allowed
your.
to drink on this? I just realized this is such a beautiful chair, and I have a fucking Red Bull on it.
No. That's it. It's okay. We're not sponsored by Red Bull. So we'll just,
No,
we'll-
f- them.
yeah. Let's
Unless we're trying to get sponsored by them.
No.
Then I guess that tastes all right. Yeah, it tastes
I
like
don't-
piss.
If Red Bull sponsored us, this would be a totally different vibe of a podcast. I feel like you'd have to parachute in from outer space. You know?
Yeah.
They're really into that kind of stuff.
I'll tell you what. If I'm parachuting from outer space, I would not want to land on you with all those points.
Oh,
Keep my legs closed.
or you would, depending.
Depending on how I'm landing.
Yeah.
Not the way you think, but not how you're hoping.
Yeah, that's right.
What
That's
hole
right.
am I looking into? Oh, there I am, right there. Oh, hello.
But we haven't started recording yet, and we may never record.
We might never. I actually came here just for the conversation.
That's me too. That's what I said. I said, bring it, Brandon. And I was like, Johannes, I don't know if we're going to roll on this one. I just kind of want this one for me.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
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 Because I've been a fan of yours for a very long time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, since the early theater class days.
Oh my God. You just gave away your nerdiness and your age.
I mean, I don't look a day over 30, I think.
Well, yeah, but it's not a pretty 30-year-old. It's a 30-year-old who's gone through a lot in life. It's
I think
experience.
so. Yeah, I think so.
I'm 36, but I know what you're thinking. That person might be a minor.
That's why I have my notes. I said, that person might be a minor. I said, ladies and
36.
gentlemen, our first
I'm 36.
underage. You're
Yeah, I know.
You look fantastic.
You wouldn't believe how many places I get into because they think I'm a minor.
I don't know what that means. Do I want to dig into that?
It's not what you think, but it's not what you're hoping.
Well, we're not
either.
recording though, so nothing's on the record.
Now, what's your sleep
Okay.
schedule like? What does someone like you do for sleep? Do you sleep?
Yeah, I do. I honestly, it's really been shit lately.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been dabbling in a few things. One of them is where I don't really sleep at all.
Yeah.
I just kind of conk out for just like 3 to 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like
That's smart.
You know, like what do they call them? Like back in the day when you just sleep for like 10, 15 minutes. What was it called?
Like a micro sleep.
Disco nap.
Disco nap.
Yes.
Yeah, this is like a step. This is like an EDM nap.
I
You know
like
what I mean?
that.
It's just like really fast, one beat, and then I just wake up and I just start
Oh
dancing.
my God, I love that.
Yeah.
I wish I need that drug.
Yeah. Well, it's me.
It's you, and I have to say, you're. I've never seen you in person, and you're so much bigger in person than I thought you'd be.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you. Everyone assumes I'm going to be just little. They assume I'm going to be like the size of this little
A little
figurine
Yoda
size.
fucker. They think you're going to be this little tiny toy goblin.
That's right. I think people have a misconception about how small goblins are. Now, I'm a bit tall for a goblin. Like amongst my community, I could be on our basketball team. If we had one.
Yeah.
Problem is we usually
You could
pop
probably
the ball.
slam some dunks.
Yeah, we should slam some
How
dunks.
do you feel about gnomes? Lawn gnomes. Now, those fuckers are always short. I don't care who you are.
I gotta be honest, I have no beef with the gnomes.
Yeah.
They're like very neutral. They're kind of like Switzerland.
They're okay. I don't like their eye contact.
Really? How they just like, they follow you.
They're put in front of people's houses. That's the first set of eyes you look when you visit someone's house, and it's this little thing that looks like it's going to shoplift and molest you.
Do you have like a lot of tchotchkes? You seem like a person
Yeah.
that has a lot of things.
Yes, I'm a very maximalist person. You walk into my house, there's shit all over the shelves.
What are we talking here?
Well, a lot of them are fan-made gifts, but I have little action figures that people make of me.
I have one.
Yeah, well, I recognize a fellow narcissist when I see one. I love having myself.
This is all me. I'm always telling Johannes, we need more me.
I agree.
Yes.
Oh my God. One day, I hope if we're ever roommates, I want to do a Wednesday thing where we divide the room in half. You know what I mean? Green and rainbow, whatever I am. I don't know, brown.
That's when you combine them all.
Yes, green and brown make it. Together we can make guacamole.
Oh my God.
A little aged guacamole. I'm the aged part of it.
But I mean, really, with guacamole, that just means like 10 minutes. It's been sitting out for 10 minutes. It's brown.
It's brown. It's probably got a little more flavor showing up to the party.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Do you make a good guac?
No.
You cook?
I buy a good guac. It's Chipotle. You can't top Chipotle's guac. You can top their queso. You can top your queso with a turd, but their guac, I realized I can't make guac better than Chipotle. And this is not sponsored by them. They give me diarrhea.
That's why they charge $500 for their guac.
Yes, but you know what I always say? I always throw ones at them, and I go, I can afford the
that's
bitch.
right.
I can
That's
afford
right.
the guac.
That's what I always say. It's like when people are like, how rich do you want to get? I just want guacamole money.
Yeah,
You know what I
well,
mean?
exactly.
When they're just like avocado money. You know what I mean? Where you're just like, hey, the avocado's extra, and you're just going, yeah.
You lower your sunglasses at them, and you go, honey, I know it's extra.
Yeah. In fact, guacamole for the table, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Look, give me the tin bucket of it.
I want to buy his avocado. I like this guy at this table. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I want that kind of money.
I want the kind of money to where I can steal anything and then pay for it if I get caught.
Oh. Are you what do they call it, klepto?
I like it for fun. I like it.
The rush?
I like the rush of it.
Yeah.
And then if I get thrown into the back of a cop car, I like the rush of that.
That's kind of fun.
I love being in a cop car. There's something so horny about the inside of a cop car. You can't go anywhere. They got you.
I think that's why there's so many role-playing scenarios where like that's the case. Handcuffed.
Yes.
I mean, handcuffs are a big part of the bedroom for most people.
They are, and I don't do fuzz. If I'm going to commit, I'm going to commit. I want to feel like a prisoner.
That's right.
Yeah, and I want scars around my wrists of the handcuffs. That someone loves to have a good time or a terrible time, depending on the types of injuries they have around their wrists.
That's right.
Yes.
That's why we're long sleeves.
Wrong sleep. Yep.
But that's for another podcast, right, Johannes?
No.
bedtime,
it's
coffee
not.
time.
Bedtime company. So, Brandon,
Yes.
I read.
Nope, they're real.
Oh, all right.
What did you read?
Okay, great. Next question.
Yeah.
No, next question. Absolutely. I read that one of your first four ways.
Yes.
One
Did
of
I
your
say four
first
ways?
four locos into
Oh,
film was for a injury law firm. Is that
that's
true?
Yes. I was ready to go into 4 ways. I was like, I think over 3 people, and that's an orgy. But yes, my first real job, my first desk job, was working at a law firm. I worked at a law firm for so long before I did YouTube, for years.
Really?
And we weren't like a fun law firm, like where we get to sue people for copyright shit. No, we were the kind of law firm you came to when you got hurt or when a family member died and you wanted to sue someone for it. We did a lot of death. A lot of death.
Really?
Yes, and you know what my job was there?
Tell me.
I had to go into these people's homes. Let's say you broke your ankle, right? And you're a grandmother. And your whole family loves you. You're the matriarch of your whole fucking clan, and you just shattered your ankle. I come to your house, and I have to do what's called a day in the life documentary. And every law firm does these. They hire a camera crew to go in and do a day in the life sort of assessment of what the person's like. So it's like The Office, where they capture little moments out of the day.
I love The Office.
Oh my God, I knew how to film the fucking thing.
Oh, interesting.
And it's cut up with interviews, right, where they're talking to the camera. And I would just say, oh, what do you miss about your former life before the ankle? Oh, I miss picking up my kids. I miss it. The shorter the question, the more likely they're going to cry. And because they can elaborate, right? You shouldn't. I mean, I'm sure people cry here constantly.
Absolutely.
Right. It's
that's
easy
what
to get them to go.
That's why I just said, see, it works for an injury law firm. I just stopped right there. Just
Yep.
like,
They turn it on a tap.
Keep going.
They just start
keep
crying.
going.
But then I don't know. It was depressing. It was sad. My job was to make people sad on camera so they could win their case. And I thought, well, there's a silver lining. At least we're helping them win. But then I realized, I could just do this on YouTube, make up the characters, play the characters, and still shoot it the same way. And I still do it where it's like random segments out of their life chopped up with interviews. And it's the same shit I did at the law firm, just funny.
Because when you were describing that, I was going to say,
Yeah.
being such a fan of the theater class show.
I'm very theatrical and I'm very gay.
Okay, that was my next question. But I read that theater class was filmed like a documentary, right?
Yes, because it's easy. It's easy to hide a small budget when everything is supposed to look just grabbed on the go and candid.
Oh, interesting. So it's a budget thing.
It's great. It's just being well, I watched The Office and I thought, like, what would it really take to recreate this show? Let's say we got this. Like, what would it really take? Oh, an office space and actors who look like they work in. It made me realize that you can make something that gets award-winning primetime approval, appraised, by critics everywhere. If it's just funny enough, like if you have a funny enough concept, you can take any setting and make that like Emmy-worthy.
So, just for example, I'll just throw this out. Like, let's just say you had a really dark, dank attic, and you had no money for a budget. Okay, you just found a throne on the side of the road that had bed bugs in it.
Yes.
You're like, just put it over here, and there was nails, and then there was just a desk that's quite a bit wobbly.
Yeah, a little shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you might have the fixins for a good sitcom. You're gonna need a love interest, and you're gonna need a villain.
Got
it. Yes.
Nailed it.
He could maybe be both.
Oh, interesting.
You might have what you need for a sitcom.
I think you might be right, because sometimes I want to, but other
Yep.
times he's my little sweetie.
Yep.
He's my little sweetie.
Yeah, and you can fuck the villain of a show. A lot of shows are doing that these days. It's a very advanced time in television. And you know what they say? 3 or 4 people's an audience. You just stuff them in that corner, and you have them clap every now and then. That's a show.
That's kind of like what I'm trying to do here, Brandon. I was hoping you'd kind of come on and zhuzh up the place.
You will have to pay them. That part is not fun, but you do have to pay them.
So you do pay them.
I pay them, but you're up here in an attic. You might have to pay them a little extra because it's 1,000 degrees in here.
Got it. So 2 Costco hot dogs, you would say.
2 Costco chicken bakes. Don't be a cheapskate.
I mean, that's
Oh,
the
great.
least
Now
you
he's
can do. for sure.
getting carried away. Oh, the villain is
chicken
talking.
bakes. If
The
you know
villain is talking. There he is.
If you know the Costco chicken bake, I know my shit.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. But Brandon, so you're working at this law firm. You're thinking, I could do this.
I was thinking, I'm going to commit suicide. I'm thinking, this life sucks. I'm thinking I can barely afford my rent this month. I hope I don't get fired next month. And I had that thought every day. And yeah, it was a terrible job. And then I would go to work and make people cry. And that wasn't fun. And then I'd have to edit the footage, which took hours and hours watching the people cry over and over. So what was your question? Did I kill myself? I'm still here. I'm
Okay.
still, yes, thank
All
God.
right, that's
But,
good. But do you feel like you did take some of those skills
Yeah.
and then apply it to your own stuff? At what point did you start the YouTube channel?
Oh my God, I started that shit in high school. I started my YouTube channel in my high school library, and I just made videos as a hobby all throughout all my shit jobs, all the way to the law firm, and then eventually my boss found my YouTube channel. He was the guy who owned the whole firm, and when the top dog approves of this secret hobby you're trying to hide from everyone, it is the most liberating feeling in the world, because now I don't have to hide it from anyone.
Right.
Janice at reception, fucking Katie in HR, I can be whoever I want to be.
That's
because
right.
The boss said I can.
That's right, Brandon.
Yes, that's why he's in a dress right now, and I fully support it. You can be whoever you want to be. It's still June, right? It's still Pride. Anyway,
No, it's a beautiful sundress, and now you're becoming.
absolutely radiant.
More
The
of my
cameras
love
are
interest.
facing the wrong way. Yes, but
I mean, I have a camera right here.
what was I talking about? I lost
No,
my virginity.
just building the YouTube channel. I wonder, like, do you remember your very first YouTube video?
Yes,
What was it?
I was fucking 16 years old, 16 or 17, I can't remember. And I made a video. There was a movie at the time called Little Miss Sunshine. Remember Little Miss Sunshine?
I remember Little Miss Sunshine.
They had a contest saying, "Can you upload a video of you and your dysfunctional family and win?" I forget what the fuck, but most people were submitting like just footage of them and their families. I'm like, I can write a sketch. I could film. I just learned how to use iMovie, and I thought I can cut something together. And I know I could be funny in this. I could be funnier than all the other contestants. So I submitted a video. It was needing that contest for me to realize, I have something to make a video for.
But something in you was like, wait a minute, there's something here. There's something here.
Yeah.
There's something here. Yeah.
I never considered doing anything else with my life beyond that after that point. Like I've became so obsessed with videos, and I'm even more obsessed with making them now because I just have an abundance of resources compared to back then.
Right.
And it's just so much fun to just play in this world of fiction every week and create new stories. It's storytelling, and it's drag, and it's it's like film boot camp. It's very theatery and gay. It ties all of the dots together for me.
I love it. I love having artists in the throne, because here's what happens. When I have someone at the top of their game and 7.1 million subs, a billion views, I would say, as far as YouTube is concerned, that's pretty near the top.
Oh my God, that's a compliment coming from you.
Absolutely.
Holy shit.
I mean, I'm basically there, right, Johannes?
Nope.
Sure.
Nope.
Okay.
Not even-
Sure,
not
sure,
even-
sure,
Game
sure, sure, sure.
recognizes game.
That's right.
Yes.
And what I love is when I have comedians that are like headlining, arenas and stuff like that, what I always find is all of them have the same story, which is they've been doing it a long time and they've been working very, very, very hard. And you were at the ground floor of YouTube. It's like, I think people see you and they see all your success. They see where you are today. And they go, oh yeah, I can do that. I'll make one video and I'll just, boom, I'll become YouTube famous and I'll get a big channel and then my life will be easy.
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing from you, and correct me if I'm wrong, what I'm hearing from you is you started it when it first started. You just kept doing it, And now, when you could just be lounging in your pool of Capri Sun, when you're kicking off your $8,000, what's a shoe
thong.
brand?
My Adidas.
When you're kicking off your $8,000 Adidas and you're spending your money whatever avocado you want, you could just stop and be like, yeah, I'll just do like one video a month.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just phone in my performance.
Right. And
know-
that's a lot of YouTubers get into it, or not just YouTubers, TikTok, anyone on the internet. A lot of people get into it because they want that final result. I've been on YouTube for like it's 16 years or something. all of the eras that took place in those 16 years, especially before I blew up. There were so many eras that people don't realize I had to go through. I tried, it was a vlogging era, and I did a music video era, and I did all these. I tried so many things before landing on, but I never gave up. And and also, like, if you're not enjoying the journey, if you're not enjoying the craft, why the fuck are you in the workshop? Like, what? I don't understand that YouTubers get so burnt out. So burnt. Almost all of them. They stop what they're doing because now they just fell out of love with it. I can't imagine doing anything else. And I'm so thankful that I'm still in love with what I do. I'm obsessed with what I do. I edit everything I do. I make my costume, my own makeup. I do everything. And I just can't imagine when creators say, like, oh, I'm tired of, I think I'm going to retire. I think I'm going to lounge back and retire. So many of them retire and they go in their house. I'm like, you did this for a fucking house? Everyone has a house. Like, houses are so common. Having your own brand of comedy and an audience that you get to influence positively, that's not common. And I don't understand why so many people want to sit in a fucking pool. We're in LA. Everyone has a fucking pool.
All right, you know what? I think we should roll. I think he's pretty warm.
Oh, I'm rolling.
All right, here we go.
Oh, you mean, yes, yeah. Cameras, yes.
Right now, I have with me actor, comedian, filmmaker, YouTube, Brandon Rogers.
Oh,
round of applause.
God,
round
don't
of applause.
clap for me. Don't
round
clap
of
for me.
applause. Yes.
I'm a piece of shit.
Yes.
I'm a piece
yes.
of shit.
Sorry. Actor, comedian, filmmaker, YouTuber, piece of shit.
There it is.
Brandon Rogers takes one to know one.
Thank you.
I,
oh my God, I'm
dislike
having
myself.
This is the most comfortable throne I've ever done in my life.
Perfect. I mean, it's kind of coming apart. We got to fix that, Johannes.
What?
Brandon.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my genitals. I'm like, I thought the doctor did a good job. But
No, he botched it.
damn it.
But you could be on that show, Botched.
Oh, I love that show, Botched.
I do too. I wish they'd bring back Botched. It's still on.
I don't know, but please don't get plastic surgery.
Brandon, I won't. I won't do it.
Don't do it.
I won't adhere to Hollywood norms. I won't do it.
You don't look a day past 355.
Thank you. I'm 30K. Believe it or not.
30K?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, 30K is the new 20K.
That's what I hear. And when I say I hear, I'm saying I'm hearing it because it's my voice and it's what I just said.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. That is what you said.
So here's what I want to talk to you about because I went through a lot of your videos.
Here we go.
Couple of things stuck out to me. I want to talk. I'm gonna get in there.
Yes.
I'm gonna get in the mind of Brandon Rogers.
You know me. There's always a couple things sticking out.
Yeah. One thing I noticed is all your videos have a bit of an aesthetic to them. The colors, everything is like vibrant, bold.
Yes.
It's like if a kid show took LSD and then you just cranked it all the way up.
Yeah.
Is that something that you do consciously, or is that something that just kind of came out of Brandon?
Very consciously. Matt Groening very much inspired me.
Oh.
He said, whenever you're like turning channels, and I'm paraphrasing, but I remember him saying something like, you know it's The Simpsons when you pass The Simpsons.
That's right. I always said about The Simpsons. I always could tell it's The Simpsons when I turn it on
seconds.
because they always go, The Simpsons. And
Oh,
I'm like,
you piece of
this
shit.
This is The Simpsons.
And I know they have those big fucking buggy eyes and the yellow skin. Oh, I sound racist, but that's what they look like.
That's right.
Okay. And I thought, I want my videos to feel like that. I want, if my videos ever wound up in a compilation of something or in a lineup of some shit, I want the audience to either think, oh, that's a Brandon Rogers video, or B, what the fuck was that candy-colored nightmare that just went past my camera? So, it's branding at the end of the day. Sketch comedy comes in abundance now more than ever. The internet is full of people playing characters and dressing up. Which that's why I'm on this show. I want someone who's just real.
Thank
and
you. I was
doesn't
just
have
going
to
to say,
be
like,
anyone else.
I know that people are doing that out there, but it kind of just feels like a gimmick.
It's a gimmick.
It's a little silly, but it doesn't matter. It's like you do you if that's what people are into.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring on someone and really kind of get a peek at a master of his craft.
Oh my
know
God!
what I
Get
mean?
the fuck out of here!
But they weren't available, so I got Brandon Rogers.
Aw,
Damn it,
thank
get it,
you.
dental comedy.
I am
Goblin. All right.
I am the greatest YouTuber in your price range. I'll tell you that.
I do not disagree with that,
Yeah.
Brandon. I do not disagree with that. No, but you definitely have accomplished that because I'm watching your videos and I'm like constantly thinking to myself, like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Like, in the way it's edited, how fast paced it is, just all the ideas coming out, the colors, the characters. I was going to say, I wonder if Tim Burton was an inspiration
Tim Burton,
too, because
definitely.
Tim Burton definitely. When you were saying out loud, like, you want to change the channel and just know who it's who. Like, when it's a Tim Burton film, I'm like,
yeah,
I know who this is.
Exactly. Very distinct. His cinematography, his style. I mean, well, Tim Burton's more distinct than a lot of other directors because a lot of directors, you know their film style. But with Tim Burton, you know, like, his characters, his makeup style, the fashion sense. His is so enriched with who he is because he controls every little thing in front of and behind the camera, which is a huge inspiration for me. I just love any director who is so obsessed with what they do that they have to micromanage every department on set.
And,
you know what I mean?
And there's nothing wrong with that, is there?
Right.
How many times have I tell you that, Johannes?
I heard the chair roll. That's not good.
It's like the reason why I have to tell you exactly where to put every single camera, push every button. The reason why I sit next to you for I edit all my own stuff, right, Johannes?
Nope.
Yeah, he's saying yes. And the reason why I just have my hand in everything and I never just email you and say, where the hell's the edit, Johannes? And I would never do anything like that. I have my claws in every aspect of this podcast. And that's definitely the truth. And everybody who watches this podcast knows that that is the case.
I mean, are you trying to point at every camera? Because none of those were cameras that you were pointing
Oh,
at.
that's not a camera? What is that,
No,
chair?
there's
Oh
a
my
camera
God.
right
All right, well,
there.
then I better deal with it later, and I will, because that's what I do as the director who does everything, like a Brandon Rogers and Tim Burton and the other one who I already forgot.
Wes Anderson?
Bob Saget. Wes Anderson. Yes, there we go.
Bob Saget. Hey, Gob Squad, it's never been easier to see me live performing comedy than right now. I'm performing twice this Thursday, July 10th. The first is the early late night show where the tables will be turned and I'll be getting interviewed by a fellow Italiano, Paul Costabile. Kevin Nealon's on the show, legend. Then show number 2, I'll be racing to the Comedy Store to perform with Annie Letterman on Anniewood, Anthony Jeselnik, Otsko, Gareth Reynolds, Brett Goldstein, and Dax friggin' Flame. I mean, wow. This is going to either be the best night of my life or the worst bomb of my life. And you'll have to experience which one it is. Then I'll be back at the Comedy Store on Sunday for a live version of The Game Mafia. And then I got a bunch of dates coming up out of town. And then, you know what? I can just list like a bunch of my upcoming dates. Or you can just go to punchup.live, get on my mailing list, and it's going to tell you when I'm coming to your city. And this fall, we might be cooking up some very silly, spooky shows around a very particular holiday. So you're not going to miss it. So sign up right now. So you've played so many characters. And before we get into our game, which is going to explore all your characters,
Yes.
I wanted to kind of peel back the makeup, so to speak.
Yes.
Remove the wig for just a second, so to speak.
Yes.
Take off the lipstick, so to
Yes.
speak, and ask you, step 1. What's the first thing you're doing when creating a character? Is it there's something you want to comment on? Is there a funny voice you heard? Where are you going? Where are you going? Step 1.
They all come from different places. What I'll see a personality type, right? I'll see someone who on TV or something, and I'll think, that can be, what's their day in the life video like? What is the
Going back to the law firm.
Going back to the law
wow,
firm.
look at that.
Right, and if I can come up with, if someone inspires me to create a character, whether it's a personality trait or something, the way they wear theirs, I'm like, okay, now what's the 3D version of that? Like, what's their life like? What does their house look like? What is their, and if I can come up with enough stuff to fill a good 3 to 4 minute video, then I'm like, okay, let's make the video. And then if that video does well, then I do a second one and a third one. And then you're starting to build lore, and then I'll do a series on them. And the mold grows naturally, you know? And so it's very much just me trying to craft together, who is this person? And then if it's, like, some of them don't ever stand on their own 2 legs. Some of them like, oh, that's a funny trait, but I can't come up with who that person is. You know?
Right.
Or sometimes I'll hold a trait for many years, for over like a decade. I'll like hold a character trait, and then I'll think of another character trait, and then I'm like, oh, here's a fully fledged character. Now
Interesting. Combine them.
take things back out of the drawer, use them, and yeah, a lot of the characters I play now, like I've had this giant set of tits just sitting in my closet. Because I'm like, I want to play a character with really, all my female characters are so flat chested. I was like, I want to play someone with these knockers, and then eventually, a few months ago, I was like, oh, I really want to play like an old Hollywood starlet who's like washed up and then I was like, yeah, but that's not really enough. That's not really that funny. Everyone's done that kind of character. And then I saw a billboard with Angeline with these giant tits, and I'm like, I'm going to take the tits at home, get the old Hollywood starlet, I'm going to fuse them together, and then she finally stood on her own 2 tits.
I love it.
Yeah, so yeah, they come from everywhere, but some characters are in the shop for like 20 years before I'll bring them out. And so, yeah.
When you wrap a project, meaning you've edited it, you've posted it, is it kind of like a fever dream, or do you feel like you would be able to pick out what all your characters said previously?
Oh my gosh. Can I recall everything that
Yeah.
No, I really can't.
Let's find out, Brandon.
I'm going to suck donkey dick at this, because I don't watch my videos after I make them.
No, this will be fun. I'm going to play a little game. This one's called Getting Into Character. We play this a lot, but this is really fun because these are all your characters. These are your original characters. Usually we're playing this game where I like name a quote and they got to like figure out some, someone else wrote it. They were in this movie like 10 years ago, but these are all from your brain.
You know, the more I think about it, I think I'm going to kick ass. I think I'm going to do well at this game genre.
I like that.
Yeah.
Give yourself the credit you deserve, Brandon. You're going to do just fine.
I'm going to start giving myself credit.
That's right. Starting with this episode, written by me, John Goblikon. Okay, here we go. I'm going to tell you a line, and you're just going to tell me the character name who said this line.
I'm very good at doing lines.
Okay, here we go. Dear Father, God, and Jesus, please let the students behind this door be the most energetic, most inspiring, determined actors.
Why, that has to be Alexander Rimmer from theater class.
That is correct. Oh, wait. I forgot a very important part.
Oh, shit.
There's no buzzer.
Yep. Everybody who plays this game, even though it's just you, it is a game, makes their own buzzer sound. And I do ask that you buzz in before you answer.
Yes, let's do it.
What's your buzzer sound going to be, Brandon Rogers?
Bing bong.
Perfect. That's never been done before. All right. I'll ask that again. Here we go. Dear Father God and Jesus, please let the students behind the door be the most energetic,
Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong.
Yes, Brandon.
Yeah, it's Alexander Rimmer from theater class.
And I know who that is because I love that series.
Yes, and you're old.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, was that your very first character that really like took off?
Kind of. It was the first character that really got his own show and everything. My first character that took off was Grandpa. I played Grandpa. I think it was the first character I ever created, and I was very happy with how well he did. I was like, oh, I could make characters from nothing, and then people will like them. But Alex Rimmer.
For those that don't know, if you were to give 3 words to describe Alex Rimmer, how would you describe him?
Piece of shit.
Okay,
probably that.
Wait, was it Johannes?
Bull cut Superstar. That's it. Bowl cut superstar.
Yes, and he's a theater teacher.
Theater teacher. He's well. At the time, I was taking theater classes, so they say write what you know. So I had access to a classroom. I had access to theater students, and I said I'll be the teacher. And I had a lot to say about theater teachers. They're fucking weird. They're weird.
I think so. Yeah,
they're my favorite type of teacher, but they're also the strangest kind. And I think they're one of the teachers that show their personality the most. And so I wanted to play a character who's just this unhinged version of a normal teacher you would regularly see in school. And the bowl cut. You can't go wrong with the bowl cut.
You cannot go wrong with the bowl cut. And it's coming back.
It is.
Otsko, our friend.
Oh, yeah.
Very funny comedian.
Got a bowl cut?
Bowl cut, man, and she rocks it.
Oh, my God.
She looks great in it.
Everyone looks great in a bowl cut.
All right, how about this one? Stop running, you little assholes.
Bing bong.
Yes, Brandon.
Yes, that's Hell in the Hall monitor.
That's correct.
That is.
See, you're doing pretty good so far.
I thought I would suck, but instead I'm blowing.
All right.
Blowing right through it, I mean.
So, hall monitor Helen, tell me about her.
Well, I almost got sued for that video. Actually, the school that we filmed that video in, they saw the footage come out and they were like, you didn't tell us what was going to happen in the video, so we would like you to take it down or we will pursue legal action.
Really? And what happened? You were like, I work for a law firm, honey.
Well, that's
you ain't gonna
exactly
get
what
me.
I went to my boss and I was like, because at the time it was this weird overlap where I was still at the law firm but doing YouTube, and my YouTube channel was starting to pop off, but I was still, he was still my boss, and so I went to him. I said, here's this email. What do I have a leg to stand on here? And he was like, oh, yeah, of course. They don't have a leg to stand. They use the word immoral. They said, this is immoral, and we never agreed to you filming anything immoral here. Now, here's the thing. I paid to film there. I wrote them. I said, we're doing a sketch. Here's my channel. They knew fully the brand of, or at least they had access to the brand of comedy that we were going to be bringing. And we filmed it on a Saturday. There was no one there. It's not like we were filming it in front of kids. And so, yeah, they threatened to sue, but because they used the word immoral, that's kind of what shot themselves in the foot, because immoral is not a word that holds up in court. It's subjective. Anything can be immoral. I could find Saturday Night Live to be immoral.
Sure.
It doesn't. So, yeah, I mean, the video's still up. So, that threat was what, 10 years ago, or almost 10 years ago?
Helen, in a way, was like the human embodiment of using the word immoral.
Kind of, yeah.
Completely subjective.
Right.
Her decision.
And you know what? I'm like, don't be so offended that we made this video. I'm just imitating the people that work here.
You're like, she doesn't like what she sees. Whoa, look in the mirror, Helen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's you.
I don't think she has looked in a mirror in quite some time.
No.
Yeah.
And I don't think Helen has either. Your version. All right, couple more.
Oh, yeah.
These ones are all fun. I really like. I helped you crabs get crabs.
Oh, Bing Bong.
Yes.
That's Bryce Tank Thrust in the Bryce series, the cancerous people.
That is correct. See, I knew you'd know it.
Yes, they're called cures for crabs, and she thought it was cures for cancers. That's what it was, and she thought it was this astrological thing. It turns out they had cancer, and so she called them a bunch of crabs because that's what a cancer is. God, I would hate to be a cancer. You're not a cancer, are you? Cancer?
I don't.
Cancer?
Yes.
You're a cancer? God, you're a crab. You know that?
You're
Well,
crab?
yeah, I mean, that's literally what it's called in Swedish. We actually call it the crawfish.
The crawfish.
Käftan, yeah.
Crawfish.
Yeah.
Crawfish, yeah, crab, crawfish. It's just either, no matter what you call it, it's an unfortunate thing to be. I'm a lion. I'm a Leo. That's a cool thing. What are you?
Well,
I'm a goblin.
You're a goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that you're a crab. Well, if you ask me, you were giving me Taurus energy from over here, and that's a cool one. That's the bull.
bull, yeah. I mean, I can, yeah. All right.
I
I
could
don't
see
know.
Taurus.
I still feel like he's kind of like a little crawfish. Little Swedish fish. How about
Oh, now you're making me hungry.
Swedish fish?
Yes. I don't see race though. I just call them fish.
That's right.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. How about this one? I'm sober as a snail, dog.
Oh my God, that's one of my most recent videos. That's Blame.
Blame.
Bing bong. Hey, and I still said it. But yeah, Blame. He's a thug. That is a thug right there, and I wouldn't mess with him. He's my straightest sounding character.
I was gonna say because I was watching this one and I was like, that, Brandon, look at you.
Yeah.
One of the boys, you know?
I grew
Is
up
that
with a
fun?
lot of them. It is fun. It's all drag. It's seeing a personality type and adopting the traits that you really find fascinating about it onto yourself. And Blame, I grew up with a billion guys like him. You know, it was just there's something real thuggy about, like, the smaller the town, the thuggier the guys are that grow up there. Why is that? Like, they act so hard from such a small.
I think they're trying to overcompensate for just, like, you know, just the area, maybe.
I don't know.
Small town, big personalities.
But isn't there something so inspiring about that? Like, that's a character, like someone who just, like, you know, I just live in a small town, dog, you know, whatever. Oh man, shit. And ironically, there's still, even though we're in a big city here in LA, that those characters still exist here. But when I was growing up in Livermore, I felt like they were more abundant.
Where is Livermore?
Livermore is 5 hours north of here, 1 hour inland from the bay. So it's kind of in this. It's not a very well-known area. Livermore is a city you have to drive through to get to somewhere else. But I loved it. It was a very normal town to grow up in. So it made me, as a writer, kind of understand, like, the Edward Scissorhands kind of neighborhood of it all. You know, like, it was very much that.
And that is where the normal stopped with Brandon Rogers.
That's when the normal stuff. You know, there is, like, I guess my whole brand is counterculture. You know, all my characters are counterculture. Like, I don't really play anyone who's like an LL Bean dad. You know, they're all kind of the antithesis of it.
What's fun about that?
There's nothing fun about them, and yet they're the most common of us. They're everywhere. For instance, I have a gay character that I do, and he's in an office, and he's very proper like this. But he is what straight people do when they make fun of gay people. So, like, my normal dad character would be like how me and my queer friends make fun of, like, so a lot of my characters are like, what if you just take the things that they like make fun of about that person and
bring it
drop
to life?
them in. And especially the queer characters. I feel like growing up, I was raised with a lot of people mimicking me.
And who is that character you were just referencing?
Dorian Ditson.
Dorian Ditson.
And he's just like, he is, every time a bro would put on the gay voice, and I'm like, what if how homophobes view gay people, what if that gay person really existed?
Yeah.
And so that's where he was born out of.
They just have a bunch of people here and be like, "Damn, God, I knew it.
Right. Like, I've had enough of this. I got to go suck some dick, you know, and just get up and leave. I forgot the question already. I've been tangenting, but I feel like it's been juicy. Oh, there aren't questions. There's line time.
That's correct. All right, let's do one more, Brandon. One more. Okay. This is my hippity house. I do a lot of creative poses here.
Bing bong, motherfucker. Yes, that is Sam. That's my hippity house. This is Sam's not having it, and he won't, and he hadn't. Sam is one of my favorite characters. He's essentially my Pee Wee Herman. He's just the character that I can...
Real quick, Brandon. I don't want to interrupt you, but
yes,
you keep calling Sam a character, but Sam was texting me earlier.
Oh, my God. What did he say?
He said... let me read the text. He said, would love to come to your hippity house, little gob hob. I'll be there in just a few secs.
Well, first of all, he doesn't mean sex the way he probably typed it there.
Oh.
You know what he meant. But secondly, I didn't know you all had each other's numbers.
Well, if you don't mind, and I promise you, Brandon, you have hit a gob. I will bring you back. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to just kind of talk to Sam other than just like asking you about Sam.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's fine. I have somewhere to be anyway. So
great. Well, I'll see you in a little bit, Brandon.
Yeah, I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, great, great.
Oh, my word, I thought I was at the grocery store.
Oh, you probably were. It's okay. Everything's fine. My name's John Goblikon, and you're on the Right Now podcast.
And my name is Sam.
Hey, Sam, it's nice to meet you. I just wanted to meet you because Brandon was talking all about you, and I was like, why don't I just meet the guy?
What was he saying about me?
He just said that you're a lot of fun. He said
Checks out.
Yeah, and you have been getting very big on YouTube.
Yes, on YouTube, not my waist size. That's been getting smaller.
YouTube's been lovely.
Tell me about it.
I'm from a show called Stuffin' Sam.
Stuffin' Sam.
Stuff and Sam.
Stuff and Sam.
I don't stuff nothing. I'm straight as a dick. I'm famous.
Yeah, you are. You're internet famous, as am I. So just a couple of internet famous dudes right here. How did you first get famous, Sam?
You know, it was really quite funny. I was living with my roommate, Don, and Brandon comes in with the camera, says, I'm going to start filming, and you don't have a choice.
How did you meet Donna? I love Donna.
Well-
She's a riot.
She adopted me at first, but then she had an amnesial problem and don't remember, so I just tell her we're roommates, so I have more power.
Oh, that's kind of like me and Johannes.
What?
We're kind of like roommates, and I hold all the cards.
The mortgage has already been paid for, but she still pays rent.
Oh,
That's why I don't gotta work.
interesting. Johannes works for a Costco hot dog.
Oh my word, not even the chicken bake.
Nope.
You are underpaying them.
I mean, I'm powerful, so I'll do what I want, right, Johannes?
Oh my word, you must have tore your mother coming out. Look at your features.
Thank you so much, Sam.
Oh, I hope she had a C-section or that bottom part gonna be shredded to ribbons.
I don't even know if she has a bottom part. So, Sam, I read that you get to host really amazing events, red carpets and big movie premieres in Hollywood, California.
And if you don't believe me, it's on Google. I have hosted the Streamy Awards.
Really? Tell me about the Streamy Awards.
They had me on stage, and I got to look down at all the Smoshes and David Dobrik's. Remember him?
I barely do.
I
Yeah.
ran past him and passed a little gas.
Well, good for you. Give me a crop dust.
I also fell during hosting the Streamies, and that was not fun for my spirit.
Oh,
I also I hosted at the red carpet. I done hosted Chucky. Remember Chucky the little doll?
yeah. He kind of looks like Johannes.
I was going to say they have similar features,
Yes.
both in skin color, hair, and height.
So, Sam, I want to get into hosting red carpets. What are some tips Sam can give John Goblikon?
Host Christmas red carpets because you got a green thing going on and it's not racial if I see it.
That's right.
And if you're on the red carpet, you're going to be looking like a merry little wonderment ornament interviewing little snowmen and Mariah Carey's and stuff.
I would love to interview Mariah Carey.
Also, you need an award-winning smile. Let me see your teeth. Okay, all right. Maybe an award-winning closed-mouth grin. You can't go wrong with that.
All right, yes.
That's right. And then perhaps a little, maybe moisturizer. You look like you might be having a little bit of dryness spelling.
Yes, and that is intentional.
That's okay.
Yeah,
So
because the drier it is, the easier the skin comes off, and then the tastier it is.
I believe it or not, I am circumcised. That's the only skin that I've had come off.
That was my next question.
Yes, I'm circumcised, but not where you think, but not where you're hoping.
Oh, interesting, Sam. So, Sam, now that you're a big YouTuber, a big internet sensation,
I'm a big celebrity.
big internet YouTube sensation, what is something you are looking forward to? What's in Sam's future? What can the Gob Squad look forward to?
I just hope one day I find a nice womanly wife with big beefy tits.
A white womanly wife?
A wife. I
Oh,
was going
sorry.
to. She could be any color she wants to be. In fact, I've been thinking about a little Hispanic. I like a fiesta, and I love women. I love girls and women and all their vaginal parts and curtains and flaps and their beefy breasts. I think they're great.
Me too, Sam. Absolutely.
Tell me about your life and your future. You got any kids? You gonna have kids?
I don't have any kids, no. But to me, the younger, the better as far as the bite. They're a little softer.
Yes.
But for me,
You eating babies?
Yeah, babies, rats, skin, chilies.
Oh my word. I guess babies don't stay babies for long, do they?
No, they don't. Not with me, they don't, Sam.
I have a baby, but I adopted it. So it did not come out of anyone of me or who I know.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
She's got like, did you get like DoorDash it, or how'd you get it?
No, I got it right after C-section. It was the saddest section of her life, but the happiest one of mine.
There you go, Sam. So, Sam, I was watching one of your videos. You went to Universal and you were walking around Universal.
Oh, yes. I love Universal and I love Disneyland, but I can't say the two in the same sentence or I'll get sued.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't think you can say either on this program. We used to be sponsored by Disney Plus. I think they dropped us, right, Johannes?
I love it. Harry Potter.
They never sponsored us, but
All right, well, Sam, I have to finish my interview with Brandon Rogers, but if you could give one bit of advice to aspiring YouTubers, what would you say to them?
Stop doing drugs, stop diddling kids, and stop celebrating Pride Month. Every day is Pride Day, it seems like. We don't need a whole month for them, but mostly stop doing drugs and lose weight.
Sorry, Sam, gotta go. Bye-bye.
Bye.
let's get Brandon back.
Let's bring back in Brandon so he can answer my right now rapid fire questionnaire.
Yeah, go.
Okay,
That's
here
all
we
you.
go.
Jesus
Ow.
Christ, you did not tell me you were going to do that. How
I'm
long was
so
I gone for?
I'm so sorry, Brandon. Just a couple of minutes, but wow, Sam was fun to talk to. And
I spent a fucking week in that realm.
I'm so sorry. It must have felt that way. Yeah, it was just a few minutes, Brandon. And you look great, by the way. Okay?
Yeah, do I?
That's what Palm Springs does.
Yeah, is that where I was? You sent me to fucking Palm Springs. I didn't bring any sunscreen with
I'm so sorry, Brandon. I'm so sorry. But now I thought I would get you out of here the same way I get everybody out of here with my right now rapid fire questionnaire.
All right, let's get me out.
Here's how it works. I'm going to ask you 5 very quick questions, and you tell me the very first thing that comes to your head.
Okay, I'll tell you. So 5 questions. First thing comes in my head.
Ready?
I'm ready.
And here. Wait. Go. Left or right?
Left.
West Portland.
West Portland?
Favorite genre of metal.
Metallica.
Okay, there's a snail chasing you. The snail's moving at a snail's pace, but it's gonna follow you for the rest of your life. You can go as fast as slow as you want, but the snail will always be moving in your direction. If you touch it or it touches you, you die. But before you ask, yes, it can swim and survive in any atmosphere. What's your plan to survive the snail, Brandon Rogers?
Oh, what's my plan to survive? I was gonna say kill myself, but then I'm trying to live. You know what? Put a little glass dome on the snail. That way, wherever it goes, it'll never be able to touch you.
I feel like someone else said that, and I feel like that is like genius.
It's pretty good.
Oh, never mind. Then you know what I'll do?
Oh, wait a
I'll
minute.
just dump oil all over the snail, so it'll just be slipping forever.
Oh, wait, now that no one has said.
Yes. Or
Lube it up.
Or I can imprison it with phone screens playing the worst porn. And then it'll have nowhere to go because it'll be trying to run from every screen.
Give me a Trader Joe's.
And I don't like Trader Joe's because
Thank
they're
you
too
so
nice.
much, Brandon Rogers, and my round of applause. Round of applause. Brandon Rogers, now is your opportunity to promote whatever you want to this camera right here.
Oh, yes. Marijuana and Brandon Rogers. Marijuana and Brandon Rogers. Type them into any search bar and you will not be disappointed with what you find.
I like that you took your time to promote that stuff, though. That's good.
Yeah. And, okay, one last thing I need to promote. Stop having kids. Stop having kids. Let's just go 10 years, no kids. Let's just skip a generation. Just no kids for 10 years. Imagine how elated we'll be to see a baby, no matter how ugly, in 10 years, because it's been a long time. Stop having kids.
Or just send the infants my way. I'd love to eat them.
Yes.
I love to meet them.
Yes. Yes.
Brandon,
Tender. I love veal.
would you do me the honor of helping promote my stuff?
Yes.
Okay, right under your throat. Yep. I wrote a little script for you.
Oh my God. All right, here we go. I just read this to that camera
That's
right
right.
there.
I wrote it in your voice. Ready to go.
All right, here we go. Brandon Rogers promo.
Hello, Gobtourage. It's me, the man of many faces, Brandon Rogers, here to tell you to avoid being a Karen or a Helen or a Bryce by subscribing to this channel. I think Bryce would subscribe.
Oh, thanks, Bryce.
Now, if you're like my character Blamea and got high, dog, and forgot a loved one's birthday last year, hey, make it up to them by ordering a cameo from John Goblikon. Did I say that right, Goblikon?
You did. Thank you, Brandon.
That's like Comic-Con.
I never thought about that.
You would do well. You're a Goblikon that would do well at a Comic-Con.
I would love to be a Comic-Con Goblikon. I would love to be John Comic-Con.
And also, have you been feeling like a sleep paralysis demon lately? Well, we've got the solution for you. Go to punchup.live to see when John will be performing comedy in a city near you. So sign up and get your tickets right now, or I will kill you. Well, said it in the script.
That was word for word. Now that's an actor for you. Thank you so much, Brandon.
Thank you.
This was so fun.
Thank you. It was fun. I didn't even have to blow nobody to be here.
I know. And if you run into Sam,
Yes.
would you thank him for me? I feel like I kind of had to just kind of scoot him out of here. And
was
he
he
might
difficult?
be stuck in a dimension. So if you do get a hold of him, just apologize.
You can leave him there for a while. He'll be fine.
Still,
Okay.
it's just Palm Springs. So.
It's just Palm Springs. Actually, he might want to stay there.
I should send you to Palm Springs.
No, it's too hot. Too hot.
It will be when you get there.
No, we'll cut that out. Take off the lipstick, so to speak.